In another place, Jesus will tell the people to listen to the Pharisees but not to act like them. The Pharisees were considered the teachers and upholders of the Jewish traditions. Hopefully, Jesus would not say this about us. We all know the saying, "Do as I say, not as I do." What example do we give others? If we are known as Christians, do our actions proclaim it? I am aware that we have discussed this question before, but it is in line with what we are reading today and we need to reflect on our behavior often. We can't take for granted that we are living as Jesus wants us to live if we don't pay attention. Just as in Lent, we are called to a greater sense of reflection. Advent reminds us that this life is not our final home. It can be overwhelming to try to see all of the areas that might need improvement, so I'm suggesting that we take just one of the 10 commandments that we might have some trouble with and see what changes we need to make to become more faithful to God. Perhaps we have trouble with the truth. Maybe we gossip, wanting to be the first to pass on juicy pieces of information. It might be that we need to clean up our speech and stop swearing and cursing. It can be anything that we find interferes with our relationship with God. If it interferes with our relationships with other people, it interferes with our relationship with God. After all, loving God and loving our neighbor are connected to one another. As John says in his first letter, if we say we love God and hate our neighbor, we are liars. We can't lie to God. We can lie to ourselves, but we cannot lie to God. Let us take this opportunity to prepare ourselves to live eternally with God. Matthew 15 verses 7-9. Ye hypocrites, well did Esaias prophesy of you, saying, This people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth, and honoureth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. But in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men.